What's going on today, guys? I thought I would just make a quick video walking through a day in the life as a 25-year-old homeowner. This morning, we got the grass to cut, and then we got a couple projects going on later. See what kind of fun stuff we can get into. First things first is starting with the battery. I run an Ego setup. I have the little Ego push mower in the shed. We'll go get that out, but this is the 7.5 amp hour battery, and I can do pretty much my whole yard with it on a full charge if the grass isn't too high. But today I just got to cut the backyard because it's a little higher than the front yard since it's been so hot lately. Just a little before shot. I got to pick up that wedding arch right there. I put that together for my wedding a while back, and it seems to fall over all the time. So maybe one of our projects today is putting some better stakes in the ground so it doesn't blow over in the wind. Let's get this thing cut. Here's the mower. I'm gonna be throwing the bag on it today because the grass is a little bit high. Insert the 7.5 amp hour battery, pop it in like that. We're ready to rip. Put the Crocs in 4-wheel drive first. So we got the grass cut, and now we're gonna move on to building a behind the couch shelf for my wife and I to set our drinks on and stuff while we're watching movies. So let's take a look at the plan now. Here's the gap between the couch that we have. This is a cheetah living couch, and it looks really great in our living room here. I need to build something to sit in this gap here between the wall and the couch that we can put stuff on. I'm doing some math right now. This is the type of wood that I'm using for this project. This is select pine, so it's nice and square, has a pretty nice finish. There's not many knots or anything like that. So I'm into a problem where these boards are only 8 feet and the gap 114 inches. So I'm gonna have to take some off of this board and end grain attach it to this board. We'll see how that goes. This is the workshop that I've been building all kinds of stuff in, like my closet system and just all the woodworking projects I have. I do out here. It's kind of connected to my patio, but it's not really heated or cooled very well, and there's kind of a leaky roof sometimes. So for now, until I get that figured out, this is my work area. So what I need to do is attach this board to the end piece like that. And there's kind of a difference where one of these boards is kind of cupped a little bit. It's rounded this way. I think the best thing to do is join it and then hit it with a planer. But I'm actually gonna cut a little block off this other board here that we have, just a little square. And I'm actually gonna glue it to the underside of our main board here. That way it'll stick out underneath, set this right on top of it, and essentially glue that to the underside board, and then fill this gap in and hit it with the planer. And you'll be able to see the gap or the joint, but it should be tucked in the corner, and it's gonna get a nice coat of stain on it. It should be pretty good. While that joint is gluing, we are going to cut the legs, the side legs, to get this thing tall enough. Basically what we need is two 26.5 inch boards out of this one. So here are the legs that we're gonna have on either end of the board once that gets glued up. And then we're gonna have some support pieces in the middle. So hopefully you can kind of see what's taking shape here. I'm going to attach these boards, these upright boards, to the long board with pocket screws, I used my Craig. I think this is the 270. It's the 520. This is a great setup. I love using it. I've used it a ton. Hopefully that glue dries up here soon and we can get these things attached. This one should be dry, so I'm gonna undo this clamp and then go ahead and attach the second board. Got it built here. As you can see, I use the cheaper pine for these middle support boards. I use glue and pocket holes. Yeah, this is the nicer pine on the top and the side that you'll be able to see right here. I brought it out here to put a little bit of stain on it, let the glue dry for a little while, and then I'm just gonna stain the top and the side you'll be able to see. I'm gonna go put it behind the couch. This is the stain I went with. Just got a little jar because I think that little can should cover this whole thing. I mean, I'm just doing the top and then the side, so we'll see. Just got the first coat on and it's a little more red than I was kind of hoping for, but I think I'm gonna put the second coat on in a couple hours and hopefully it darkens up a bit. This is what it looks like. I don't know how I feel about the second coat. I'm not really sure if it did too much, but the color's good. It's definitely more red than I was hoping for, but it's gonna look pretty good behind the couch. So I'm actually going to pick up some of those things from the store, some of those furniture tabs, and just kind of stick them along the side here so that it doesn't dent my wall or stain my wall, and potentially may put some on the other side, even though I think that will be touching the couch. So we will see. While I'm waiting for that stuff to dry, I'm gonna cook some burgers on the Blackstone. First, we gotta get this thing fired up. This is the setup right now. We're just waiting for the Blackstone to get up to 450. Right now we're looking at like 280, 260, 270. So right now we're just letting it heat up a little bit. I like to use this little gun here. It's perfect for telling me the temps. In making smash burgers, I like to get the buns toasted a little bit here. So we got the buns out, so let's throw a little oil down on this thing. It's not fully up to temp yet, but it'll be there soon enough. The key to cooking on this thing is absolutely soaking it in oil. Get some meat. I just temped it and looks like we're around 380, so I'm gonna go ahead and look at that, perfect. And I'm gonna pull these off here. 390, 380, 430, 430. All right, we're getting close. These are the burgers we're throwing down. These are about a quarter pound. So I just oiled this thing up and we're just waiting for it to hit about 450. Sometimes that's the challenge with this Blackstone, is keeping the temperature where you want, because especially with some wind like we got here, it can lose temperature. We're at temp here. It's kind of smoky a little bit from the avocado oil, so I'm gonna just kind of rapid fire this for a second. This is for smash burgers. Gotta have the parchment paper on it so it doesn't stick. Just like that. The key to how I make my smash burgers is you wait till you see a little bit of red kind of bubbling up here and you got a little gray on the side. So this one is ready to flip over. And when you flip it over, you kind of gotta, you know, get under it like that so you don't rip it apart. It's not a perfect sear, but you can see that it's a little bit of a colder temperature right now, not quite where we want it. Got to keep an eye on the temp here. We're down at 390. Got to get this thing cranked up a little bit. So unfortunately, this first batch here is not going to be quite what we were looking for, but it is going in the fridge, in the refrigerator for this week. The ones that we're going to eat tonight are still off to the side here. So I'm going to go ahead and flip these ones over. Maybe there's a hotter spot. Go here. So if you notice, I temped it there in the middle and it was warmer than that spot it was previously at, so I just went ahead and moved it. And that's kind of a key that you got to do, is you got to keep an eye on where the hot parts of the Blackstone are at. But some of these are ready to get pulled off here. Another tip for cooking on the Blackstone, you can see we got a little residue here. You kind of give that a little scrape. It just kind of keeps it clean while you're cooking, so you don't have to do all of it at the end. Something I like to try and do. Also helps the next batch of burgers go a little bit better if you can get some of that stuff scraped off. And back to the project after dinner. I'm going to put this inside and let it dry for probably another full day before I put it behind the couch, just so that I don't stain the couch or anything. That's probably gonna do it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed watching, and I hope that you come back to watch more videos of me just vlogging or doing projects. Thanks, leave a comment about anything, and thanks for watching.